Mr. Palmer, a telegram for you.
Mr. Palmer, message for you. Red Sally's waiting for you in the alley of the old Chinese laundry.
It's you, the Dark Angel.
Yes, and you're Red Sally, I presume. I wanted to see you about the painter. Do you know where he can be found?
Good question. He's the unpredictable type. That's why he leaves us his key. We ain't sure to find him when we stop in to pose for him.
He lives in the neighborhood?
No, I don't know, but his studio's just a few blocks away, at the intersection of Liberty and Williams.
You posed for him, right?
I stopped. He gave me the creeps. He's obsessed by death. So if you want to find him, try the corner of Liberty and Williams. He's mostly out at night, though.
Master!
Coming, just a second.
Hello. What would you say this was?
Blood, no doubt. A quick analysis, pop it under the microscope, and tomorrow it's talking.
What's new on the painter?
I got into his studio. He uses the prostitutes as his models. They told me about him. He's a real night owl, they say.
You know, makes me think of Rembrandt when you talk about a painter and slaughterhouses.
He painted cut-up cows, and the meat sat decomposing in his studio. Nice, huh?
The Silkner is painting with blood. And just by coincidence, he's English. He was living in London in 1888.
I can't believe we had him in here for a talk, and he might be the killer.
It's time to write your chronicle, Palmer.
Master, another murder in St. Louis Square. Check the Ripper, Master. Another illustration for the papers tomorrow.
It's the rookie reporter for New York Today. So you're making the trip to the crime scene, huh? Like an old pro.
Who is it? Red Sally.
Red Sally. Well, from the looks of it, she was a friend of yours. I want to see you at the station tomorrow morning.
A fourth killing, Palmer, in less than a month.
I was at the scene. Carter wants a statement from me.
A statement? Palmer, you're not the murderer, are you?
Is Paul in?
Haven't seen him yet. This Jack the Ripper's a regular blessing for my sales. You keep on it, you hear? Say, if you're gonna see Carter, you better not be late.
Now, Palmer, if it's about your statement, it can wait. The chief's on a big case. Come back later.
Coming, just a second. I did some tests, and your blood here, it's from a cow.
Beef blood? Where's it come from?
How should I know? A slaughterhouse upstate in Meatville or a butcher shop. Just between us, my father was a butcher. That's what made me want to become a doctor in the first place.
happy. What a nice surprise.
Hey, and me? Jimmy, you have another letter.
One thing's for sure, Silkner's innocent. I was on his heels all yesterday, but Jack the Ripper is still out there.
In crime novels, you want to stop the crime spree, you unmask the criminal, or be at the scene before he is.
He's going to kill again. James, someone has got to stop him.
London first, now New York. There's gotta be common points in the crimes. Let's check the dates. Look, in New York, Jack first struck on October 31st, Halloween, and
The holiday season.
Thanksgiving.
The World Series!
That's it. He's sure to try again on Thanksgiving, tomorrow night.
Lowside Precinct.
Palmer here.
Palmer, Chief Carter's waiting for you.
The chief will see you in a few minutes. I came in for a simple talk, it becomes an interrogation, and now I'm being booked. This is absurd.
Listen, I know it's not you, and I know when Jack is going to strike again. I think the next murder is planned for tomorrow night.
Right. 4 killings, plus 1 to complete the London cycle. And tonight, Thanksgiving is the final of the series. Clever thinking.
You know a lot about Jack the Ripper?
And serial killers in general, but I'm modest about it.
Carter thinks you're Jack?
Yes, and why not Queen Mary while he's at it? Oh, the police disappoint me so.
You have any idea about how Jack picks the place for the murder?
Well, I think in the Whitechapel killing, Scotland Yard underestimated the pubs.
The pubs?
The pubs, bars, cabarets, and such. That's where I think he finds his victims. And he kills them close to the pubs. If Jack strikes again, I'm off the hook. But Palmer, you've got to stop him. Check around the pubs. Palmer, Chief's waiting for you.
Mr. Palmer, let's talk. So, it seems you knew the victim, Red Sally, and you know my prime suspect, Silkner. Then there's this complaint from the hospital, a night intrusion. And you, son, fit the description given by the night watchman. Listen, I'm not sure just what you're up to yet, but I'm ordering you to make yourself very scarce. Stay out of trouble. Reporters are not above the law.
There's a misunderstanding. I'm investigating a...
Well, there'll be no more misunderstandings. Your investigation's now officially over.
Chief, Silkner's not your man. Believe me, I have proof.
We the police do the investigating. We hold the proof.
But Chief, Jack the Ripper's going to kill again.
The killer is now behind bars, Palmer. That's enough of your harebrained imputations, Palmer. And don't forget, I'm keeping a close eye on you.
Miss Robinson, I need a list of the pubs in the Lowside District.
For this type of information, there's a very thorough document, the phone book.
Strange night tonight, huh? Looks like your work's made you a regular here at the Red Chapel.
Sure has.
I wonder, is it the Red Chapel that interests you? Or maybe it's Abby?
It's in bars and cabarets. That's where the killer finds his victims. Have you noticed any odd customers?
Oh, everybody looks guilty. And the innocent at the same time. You know, in the bars, we'd pay a high price for that guy's skin. Jack the Ripper killings. Who wants to have a fun when a murderer is stalking the streets? Oh, the folks are scared. They ain't thinking about a good time.
Another murder. You know what? It's starting to give me the heebie-jeebies. I just want them to catch that monster.
He killed Sally. It's Satan himself. Sally, she talked to you, and now he killed her. It's my fault. It's all my fault. The ninth victim, the ninth commandment.
Jason, cat got your tongue tonight?
You know, sometimes silence can teach us some important things. The girls, did anyone hear their screams? while the killer was cutting them open. Sometimes in silence there's an eloquence.